lives and works in Speedway. Has two young children. They got maybe a brain. Year and a half of this fall, one senior graduates, one of college lacrosse.
Yeah, like I said, went to college, did across there, moved down to the Raleigh area in 2018. I got college, went up to New York City and got involved in the investment side. I got very lucky that the investment side is what brought me down here. Thinking when Charlie had introduced me to you guys a few years back, I was just unfortunately traveling too much that I couldn't make any of these meetings. So now that I'm on the advising side, looking to get involved in the community and hopefully raise my kids, getting involved in the community as well.
And Mr. Johnson, you have very special.
And then with me today, I have my wonderful wife Melody, who will be celebrating for 17 years in October. So. Okay, that's not.
Great, welcome guests, and please, Rotary, make sure you introduce yourself to our wonderful guests. $50. I'm away from each other. You mind doing $50 today? Right. And before I hand this out, don't forget the red buckets in the middle of the table. Dementia Alliance of North Carolina is fair change. And here's Charlie's $9.
Thank you, President Gary. Anybody like $50? Happy to be here. I see some people reaching for the pockets. One commission this today, so help me. Oh, you can find it. Sure, if you're happy to. Anybody else? Any more back? Oh, yeah, thank you. Happy to be here. Yeah. Had a fun time last week barbecue. So you have a chance to visit anybody and you you have strong Spanish language skills or someone who does. I would say that was fun.
Right.
I had a job because my son spread Corey met up with Gina Yukon in Denver last week, so happy for them. And Sarah got one more, and then we're gonna go to you. DeMonte, I saw you walk in, I think, where is he? There he is. He participated in the Men Wear Pink to benefit the American Cancer Society, right, Dominic? And or DeMonte, and I heard he had quite bodily strut going on, so $2 here for his participation in that. Okay, I made this a couple meetings here, I'm gonna travel a little bit, but on October 7th, Dick's Park is the Raleigh Rotary, and we have like 4 years this. So you can just say something if you're interested. If you want to split a shift with another person, you can do that as well. Only Monday, they're all on the same time up. So come on out on the 7th. Calling for local is like vendors, give away pumpkins for kids, like a ton of kids going on the corner rides, and we just do whatever we're told. I saw the volunteer coordinator Saturday, and I told them.
Sarah.
And Sarah, we'll put that link in the bulletin for next week. So you all can sign up for that at the first weekend of October, right, Sarah? So, upcoming meetings. Next week we will not be meeting. It is the Labor Day holiday. September 11th, we have Dr. Leon Canterbury, who's going to talk about
medication, or deprescribing some medication specifically for elderly people at the consulting he does. And then we have Joey Nelson, who's the regional director at AT&T North Carolina, Department of Communications. Then we have a wonderful speaker, State Treasurer Dale Fallon, who's been to the club before, and he will be coming to give us an update on NC State finances. Few district events coming up, and as I'm doing this, Patty, you can come up to the front. Before Patty speaks about the fall assembly, the district fall assembly, we got an invitation last night that the district grant that was sponsored by the Rotary Club of Johnston County, I believe, was awarded for the Dominican Republic home builds. And there's a special request that will be coming up over the next few months. But before we do that, who in here likes to travel? Can you show me raising hands? Yeah, everybody. And who in here has been to a Dominican Republic project before with the Rotary Club? Anybody in here? Go ahead. Thank you. I know we've had a few members before, but this March, 2nd through the 9th, there will be an opportunity for people from our club to fly down to the Dominican Republic and help construct 3 homes for families that currently do not have their own home. And it's wild because these homes only cost $9,500 to build for 1 home. So his district grant uses enough money to build 3 of them. They need 30 to 35 Rotarians across the district to go with them down to the Dominican Republic. So more info will be forthcoming. See if you are interested. It's a great experience and a very tangible thing to do for the community. So with that, I'm going to hand the microphone over to Patty so we can talk about the fall assembly and RMA.
So we have some amazing, fantastic, almost unbelievable opportunities coming up in September. First of all, we're going to, as you can see, on the 16th of September, Saturday, District Training Assembly. Now, I know when you say District Training Assembly, people don't go to sleep. Think, oh, this is boring, but it's not. I spoke to you about the membership training we did just a few weeks ago, which was actually an amazing and exciting opportunity. One on the 16th of September, we get an opportunity to look at our foundation. And our foundation is critical, as you all know, moving forward and being able to support all the projects that we do throughout the world. So that'll be the central focus for the District Training Assembly on Saturday, September 16th in Terry. It's free. You can go to DAC-TV and sign up. The opportunity for Rotary Leadership Institute. I've been a facilitator of RLI for about 8 or 9 years now, and really love it. I really believe that RLI is an opportunity for all of us to grow leadership skills. We know that many of you in this room are already leaders, but it's an opportunity to hone your skills. You've never gone through RLI. It's a wonderful opportunity to get to know more about Rotary itself, history, the work we do, and the principles we live by. So I really encourage you, if you've not yet signed up, an opportunity to serve, to participate in Rotary Leadership Institute, and I encourage you to do so Saturday, September 30th. And there is an added bonus. You sign up, I will be the first facilitator, part 1, 9 a.m. So sign up, it's coming just for that.
I agree, Patty. Yeah, so if you haven't done RLI, and another show hands, who has done an RLI versus an RLI? So look around, one of the people that raised their hands, if you have any more questions, is great way to learn more about it. So time, and as we have coming up with the raffle, I did Franklin Valley and Hey, could y'all come up here?
I'd like to say thank you to everybody that participated in the raffle. You guys know this all goes towards the club. The club's using this these days for international youth exchange. So this money's going to a good place. We've got $75 for the winner today. So pretty good week. We've had bigger, we've had smaller, but it's a good week. Let's see here. Maybe our guest will be
ended up to draw us a winner. Can you pull the winner out of there? Why don't you yell the number out real loud?
Keep the coupon. 8002267.
Yeah, Terry. That's what you want? Y'all saw it here first. Terry's putting this back in the pot. Terry, put it back.
Thank you. Thank you for doing the raffle. I think this is, helping us raise some funds for our club and, helping make the club sustainable.
Yeah, if you're not gonna buy a ticket, it's not make eye contact. You need to just say it.
John Pete, I should have called you out too. Got a very special announcement about something exciting happening in November.
Thank you, President Gary. I'm excited to announce our fall fundraiser. Unfortunately, Juicy couldn't be here today, but he is he's in charge of this. I volunteered and donated the venue for this. It will be a cake picking celebration to support both the Veterans Life Center and as well as the Peace Fellowship program that we're involved with. The idea is to bring together veterans and people that are working for peace and have a celebration on Veterans Day at a very peaceful place. We're going to be looking for people to help on the committee for fundraising to gather donations. So if you would, please mark the calendar for November 11th. That is Veterans Day. And we're really excited about everybody out to the farm.
And that is John McKay's farm, beautiful farm that they have out there, and it's a professional wedding venue, right? Y'all do weddings, it's just a beautiful place. And it's also family friendly event, right, John? Yeah, so it's gonna be a really fun time on November. Hey, next is service. Frank McNally, you are up.
Hello, good afternoon. I am talking about the Bluegrass Festival that we're going to be participating in again this year. We did miss it last year, which it was just a group that had happened. But what has happened is the city of Raleigh is kind of not sponsoring the Bluegrass Festival like they were in the past. So it's still going on and it's with the IBMA folks, but they are having the festival September the 29th and 30th. We have done it for 5 years in a row. We have participated selling water, and all kind of things with them. We're going to be doing the same thing again this year. We will have a tent, and they are going to give us t-shirts, and we'll volunteer t-shirts. So when you sign up for a 3-hour shift, you come in on September 29th and the 30th. From 11 to 8 is what we're going to be manning the tent for. And at that tent, we'll be selling water and watermelons. And we'll also be giving out flyers, being docent for the city, handing out flyers in the street. So it's a great event to be a part of. We will have an issue with parking. You do have to get yourself there. So if you're working a 3-hour shift, you need at least 30 to 45 minutes to get there and to get out of there whenever you want. But it is a difficult thing. But don't plan on that being part of your 3 hours of parking and getting there. You have the tents to help out. We will be having banners and we're doing all the ice bins. I will be in charge of the cutting boards, knives, and gloves, and we'll have all that. So we do have to stay within, the regulations for the city as far as, food, but it should be pretty simple. It's all really, it's like the watermelons and that and that. But it's a great event. Really, how many people have participated in the Bluegrass Festival in the past? Look at those hands up, folks. I want to have everybody in this room in a couple of months have able to raise their hand for the same thing. Thank you very much. Let's sign up and listen to them. Appreciate it. Many years and done a good job. We had the shirts to prove that he did it.
Yeah, that's an experience. If you've never made cotton candy, that is an experience. Ask Terry about it. We're also looking for somebody to kind of head up the logistics of Bluegrass. So some of y'all new members, this is a great way to get involved and learn more about our club. One other September project is a partnership with the Rotary Club of Durham, helping out at Center Fest and Arts Festival. And the sign up is also in the link for this, week's meeting, and all the money that they raise will go to the Durham Arts Council. So we're partnering with them if you are interested in that. So up next is Shade with a report from Patrick Blues.
Hello, everybody. My name is Shakima McLean, also known as Shade. I am. It's broken.
There you go.
Don't touch it. Sorry about that. My name again is Shakima McLean, and I'm the Vice President of New Generation UC. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. I remember. I'm here to speak to you about the service that we had Saturday. It was awesome. Capitalism. I don't, I'm just blowing up water, okay? This state always does it very well with their student body. And as I had mentioned earlier, we have voter rights, and we assist the voter rights student body this Saturday from 2 to 7, which is so great. I want to thank everyone that was able to come out and support and assist the college students in the endeavors of community service. Very briefly, I'm up here just to give a little brief synopsis. I am going to read you a statement from the president, Adam Davis. He mentioned that we divided them up and they couldn't because it was wrong and they trying to get their club going. And he mentioned that that they were very successful, being that Friday, that fact, this past Friday as well, they did a tabling as well. So they did 2 events back to back, repeating themselves to draw in students to their club. So I definitely applaud them for that. And he mentioned that they got very successful in building these relationships. So far now, they have 65 in total submissions from their interest forms that they were using. And that was a double the increase from their last semester. So, you know, celebrating about that. So they doubled their semester in students membership. And that he will let us know about his endeavors people that have interest from Saturday as well. So I am looking forward to a great number from them. I will be going to their interest meeting. Their interest meeting is tomorrow evening at 6:30. So I will come back with a little update from that. See how far they have gotten as far as the student body and joining the Rotary Club under NC State. Thank you.
Okay, as we're hearing Mr. Harrison and then Pete Ward, could you come over to the, or do you two want to follow up? Okay. But yeah, I don't know if you saw in the pictures, ran after the chancellor when she saw him and got a great selfie with him, so that was up there. And then Mr. Wolf came by, so we got a great picture with Mr. Wolf. So, Harrison, it's all you.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for being here today. I missed y'all last week, but my daughter and I were on Zoom. So thank you so much, Jessica, for taking care of everything while I was out. It would not be a regular Rotary meeting if we did not have an induction. So today we have Peter Gordy, who's being inducted to the Rotary Club of Raleigh with his sponsor, John Dubois. So Peter's membership application has been reviewed and approved in accordance with our club's constitution and bylaw, and will now proceed immediately with membership to the Rotary Club of Raleigh. There's a few questions we do have for you. Question number 1.
I will.
Will you join us in our activities for service projects and fundraising activities in support of our community?
I will.
And will you join us in supporting Rotary's efforts worldwide, which focus on these 7 areas: promoting peace, disease prevention, providing clean water and sanitation, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, economic and community development, protecting the environment. And fellow Rotarians, will you please respond to this? Will you join me in fostering and supporting Peter as he joins us in our pursuit of adding value to our community through Service Club Self? If so, please say I will. Beautiful. With that, Sean, if you will please provide Peter with his Rotary lapel. And fellow Rotarians, will you please join me in welcoming Peter to Rotary Club?
Just want to thank everybody, especially John Luke and Aaron James for welcoming me here and putting down. It's good to know that John Luke gets to play if I embarrass anybody. I was a Rotarian before, as I previously mentioned. It's really nice for me to have both of you come to South to find somewhere where I can, you know, be amongst like-minded people. So thank you very much.
Next thing we have is our August service opening, which is this Thursday, the 31st, 5 to 7. We're going to be walking through the mall, and as always, please make sure to bring snacks that we're going to be providing to local administrators and those teachers that are assisting. So make sure to put on your calendar this time, August 31st, 5 to 7, this coming up Thursday. And last thing, I forgot to mention this before jumping in. It's been a while since I've been here. To all of our guests, thank you so much for being here. If you are looking for a club that is committed to adding value to the communities that we serve, you're home. So ask anyone here, and they will talk about the impact the Rotary has had on their lives as well as the community they serve. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Harrison, and welcome, Pete. Thank you for doubling the number of members who have British accents now. So, the English are coming up. This is the plan to take over. So Jessica, if you want to go ahead and walk up, I'm going to do birthdays and anniversaries. We have quite a bit today, which is great. Kathy Stewart's birthday is today. Happy birthday, she's on Zoom. Reagan Weaver, the 29th. James LaMancha, the 30th. Tiffany Von Reich, September the 3rd. Robert McMillan, the 4th. Eric Stevens on September 6th. And Andy Henry on the 7th. And Randy Parker on the 10th. Anniversaries. Carolyn Carter on the 29th is their 36th. Anniversary Mark and Sylvia Hackett on the 1st of September. Kirk and Diane Warner, happy birthday, or happy anniversary, Kirk and Diane, that's their 41st. Racine and Dick Sinclair on the 4th, John and Margaret Martin on the 4th, that's their 30th. Ned and Lowry Liggett on the 7th. Patty and Sally Rooney, happy anniversary on the 9th. That's 44. And Kathy and Jim Stewart on the 10th, also 44 years. So with that, happy birthday, happy anniversary, everybody. Yeah, round off all of that. Jessica Cunningham is going to introduce our fantastic speaker for the day.
Yeah.
Both of them share this birthday number 100.
Yeah. Okay. Happy birthday.
It is my privilege to introduce our speaker today, Harrison Soderlund. He is the general manager at Treeo Senior Living, a people care company in North Raleigh. And their philosophy is that employees should live a 3-for-3 lifestyle, family first, followed by community, and followed by work. He has spent 9 years with Leisure Care and is originally from Northern California. Born in San Jose, but spent most of his life in the Livermore Valley, about 30 miles east of San Francisco. Relative newcomer to Raleigh, Eric and his wife Amanda and 2 children, both in their 20s, made Raleigh home in June of 2018. So they enjoy all that Raleigh, North Carolina have to offer. Eric has participated in endurance sports for the past 20 years, competing in multiple Ironman triathlons, century rides, and has completed the swim from Alcatraz Island to San Francisco Bay on several occasions. However, for the past 2 years, both Eric and Amanda have been consumed by pickleball. Eric is excited to be a Rotary member and looks forward to providing opportunities for the people of the Raleigh community. So, further ado, Eric.
Okay, well, first, I'm going to thank all my fellow Rotarians and honored guests for sharing this space and this time with me today. It's a truly honor to get to speak to you all and to be a part of such a wonderful organization. It's a great experience so far. Really enjoying this. As mentioned, I am from California. I'll give you just a quick, introduction on how I got into senior living. I had started a company, Post 50 Fitness, which was focused on senior fitness, helping people live a fit life and getting all they can out of life. And I quite honestly needed some money for marketing. So I answered a little advertisement in Indeed and found a job with Heritage Estates, or their community. And I thought I would just do this little job for a minute, get some money together, and then continue my journey with my business. I quickly found out that I had met my passion and my reason for getting up and going to work every day. Senior living just pulled me in, and it hasn't let go. So after about a year and a half of working in the fitness field with the Heritage Estates, they asked me to move over to do sales and marketing, which I did, and had a great experience there. And about a year and a half later, they asked me to come out to Raleigh, North Carolina, which I knew absolutely nothing about, and begin a community Treeo senior living. It wasn't even built yet. It's just kind of reflected at the time. In 18, we had a lot of rain that summer. Great introduction to Raleigh. After about a year and a half as the sales manager, they asked me to be the leader, the general manager of Treeo, and now I stand here before you today. So that's how I got here. So what I want to do today is just kind of share with you the history of senior living in the United States. And what I'll try to do is educate you and entertain you without giving you, too many shameless plugs about my company itself. Where am I going to put this? Here.
I can click it. I'll click it.
Here.
I got it.
Down, right? Wonderful. Oh, Treeo Senior Living, named 23-24, News and World Report, best independent living. I have no idea how that comes from the presentation. Very sorry. Let's continue. So when do you think the need for senior housing started in the United States? Just kind of shout out. What decade would you guess? 1920? 17? 1800s. Whoever got that out gets the prize. The need for senior housing began pre-1800s. So in the 1800s, the United States was going through a boom, right? Where the economy was growing, we were growing geographically, acquiring more land. We had escalating land prices. We had new regulations regarding how to subdivide your land. And what this led was to people having to move beyond their towns and cities and states to find a place to support their families. So families began to separate, and it doesn't sound much different than what's happening today, right? Things continue to get more expensive. We have to go out, and families continue to get separated from us. So this led seniors and people with physical or mental illnesses needing to find a way to survive. So we've probably either used this term or you've heard this from, you kids are going to eat in the poorhouse, right? Well, where did that term come from? Well, in the mid-1850s, the hospitals began to be really overflowing with people who were sick, people who were aging, people who had mental illnesses, and they had to find a place to house them. And literally, they were called poorhouses. So, originally these houses were for anyone that couldn't take care of themselves. So the same elderly, the mentally ill, and criminals and children were all housed together in these poorhouses. So as this started happening, we had some progressive states that were, seeing that there was a problem with the conditions of the poorhouses and the way people would stand for living. States such as Massachusetts and New York and Rhode Island and Pennsylvania and Illinois and Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Kansas, they began to create their own state-run board of charities. And so these board of charities would look into the conditions of these poorhouses and try to create changes. And this was the beginning of today's Department of Welfare. Oh, no. Go to the best place to work by employees. Let's get that, please. It's horrible. It's embarrassing. Okay. So as states started to become involved in these issues and poorhouses, if states are involved, what's happening? Well, they're spending taxpayer dollars. So that's obviously going to start sparking social debate. So the debate was, what should the role of society and government be with helping the poor and in these poorhouses? So by the mid-1800s, it was decided that, and these aren't my terms, that the deserving people such as children, insane and elderly should get better treatment than the undeservingly poor. Those alcoholics or those who are healthy, but were just lazy and not doing the work. Yeah, not my words here. So also around this time, we had a lot of reform going on, and we're probably all very familiar with the Raleigh area with Sophia Dix. She was a reformer, actually not from Raleigh, but from I believe in New Jersey, and she was led the charge to reform the situation for mental illness, and she convinced legislators that they would develop better facilities to care for those mentally ill and move them out of the courthouses. Also around that time, laws prohibiting children from residing in courthouses were passed, and children were moved to the orphanage. So we started having a splitting up these people who had needs and kind of putting them into situations that were going to be more accommodating and quite frankly more appropriate. So this left the poor, dependent, and elderly adults as the last group to have their own place to be. And at this point, they were still having to stay in poorhouses. So things started to better. We started to make some strides in this, and what comes along with the Civil War. The Civil War created hundreds of thousands of 2.8 million men were involved in the Civil War. 10% of the country's people were involved in the Civil War. Hundreds of thousands of wives, children, and elderly parents lost a family breadwinner women, either because they were killed in battle or they became disabled themselves. And so this created hundreds of thousands of dependents that were going to need some help because they lost their breadwinner. So it really just made the situation quite a bit worse. However, as the country does, we continue to move forward. So in the late 1800s, we had some of our first retirement communities. One of the earliest planned retirement community was the William Enston home in Charleston, South Carolina, in 1889. The home was comprised of 24 cottages, a memorial hall, a community building, infirmary, an engine house, water tower, and an entrance gate. And quite frankly, that's kind of the format of today's assisted living communities. So they were kind of spot on starting to get the ball rolling and get the need resolved. Professional healthcare emerges. So nurses began to emerge as an actual profession in the late 19th century. And as these hospitals came about, they needed nurses, and then so they actually created schools just for nurses. As the nurses became available, some of the wealthier families would actually go ahead and hire these nurses and have them come live at their home to take care of their elderly. So, way back in the early 1900s, we started having the first kind of home healthcare situation, which is still in existence today. Because we probably all want to get to dinner at some point, I'm going to fast forward a little bit, and we're going to skip to the 1960s here. Welfare programs and nursing home care are expanding. Government payments escalate. So in 1959, Congress attempted to solve some of the gaps in the healthcare coverage by amending the old age assistance program and created the medical assistance for the age program. And so these were programs where state also had to contribute funds to help support. And by 1960, both of these proposals became law. And these were wonderful things for people, to help people get going and provide some care. However, what they also did was they created an opportunity for entrepreneurs to start nursing homes. And so the nursing home boom began in the 60s. And along with that, the more nursing homes they had, the more people they found needed this care. So what happened with that? Cost escalated. So in the 1950s, these programs $36 million to run these programs. By 1960, it went up 600% to $280 million. One of these programs, the per Mills program alone, increased from $445 million in 1960 to $2.3 billion just 5 years later. Regulatory groups couldn't keep up with the expanding nursing homes. There was no regulation on who could start these or where they could be started. Not any regulations regarding the actual care that was given, but it was a really good way to make people to make money, and often the care just was not what it was supposed to be. Unfortunately, during the next 30 years, there were many regulatory acts to improve the conditions, and slowly change started happening to some of these nursing homes. As regulations took hold, some of the businesses, they went out of business. So what happened was the need didn't go away, but the homes did. This was hard on a lot of people, but it also created what we kind of have now as far as senior communities. So the solution just kind of shifted to what we have today. When you think about, what I spoke to in the 1850s, where you had mentally ill and elderly and children and criminals living together. Nowadays, this is how a lot of our seniors are living in our senior communities. A community there forever. So today, not only do seniors have a wonderful place that they can be cared for and respected the way they should be, it's actually been broken up into different categories depending on needs and wants of the people. So some of these, there's 55 and older communities. So communities such as like a Delta, if you've heard of that. In that scenario, people 55 and older actually buying homes, generally a smaller single family home, single story. Within the community, there might be golf courses, there might be fitness facilities, there may be restaurants, but those seniors, the people living there are still responsible for their own, creating, eating meals, cleaning their homes, maintenance, things like that, paying for all the utilities. So it's really just not a care situation as much as just an environment for being comfortable being people of their old age, of their own age. After that, we have independent living. So independent living is what Treeo senior living is. So in independent living, this kind of, and the costs are up there. That Treeo is going to be from $2,800 a month to $5,000 a month, maybe for a couple. It's not inexpensive. But there is it's an all-inclusive payment plan, so everything is taken care of. So for seniors, you know, they want to maintain their independence, but maybe they're facing some challenges. Maybe they're not driving anymore, so they become isolated. Maybe they're just not able to cook or don't want to cook and clean for themselves. So that's kind of what the independent living is for. After that, we have assisted living. Now, assisted living is going to be more of a clinical type of environment, and it's kind of be for people who are unable to take care of their daily acts of living. So maybe they're just absolutely unable to cook for themselves and clean for themselves. Maybe they need help getting ready in the morning or getting ready at night. But then after that, we can go on and kind of enjoy the day. At an assisted living community, you're probably going to need care at night. And that's what baby is going to move you from independent living to assisted living. And then also, it was like Brookdale is an example of that. And you know, cost of that can be $4,500 up to $10,000 a month or even more. Memory care, Sunrise is a lot of money to provide memory care, $7,000 to about $12,000 a month for memory care. So this is going to include all of these assisted living includes, but it's also going to be a more secure environment to make sure that people aren't wandering. So, you know, you look at the cost of assisted living and memory care, and it's like, wow, how can it cost that much? We have to realize that you have to be full staff 24/7, 365 days a week, a year. So, you know, that's where the cost is actually coming is from the need to have that level of personality. And then in a memory care situation, you're going to have people that are actually trained to deal with people with severe cognitive impairment. So where are we going? So now I'm going to talk a little bit about Treeo because I'm very fortunate to work for a very impressive company, leisure care based out of Seattle. And then Treeo Senior Living, there's only 3 of them in the country, is built on a premise of not just providing what people need today, but thinking about what people are going to need in the future. You know, baby boomers, people like myself, Gen X, you know, what are we going to be expecting when we're going to be senior communities and paying good money? Well, at Treeo, we have things such as prime fit wellness. So we're going to focus on physical needs. We're going to focus on cognitive needs. We're going to focus on nutrition. So physical needs, we do classes 5 days a week. It's going to be everything from strength training, to yoga, to dance. We're going to focus on cognitive abilities. So we have events such as I do Spanish lessons at Treeo. I am not fluent in Spanish, but it's not the point. The point is getting people together, keeping them active, and teaching them something new. Nutrition, our menus are designed to, be conscious of people who are facing problems with diabetes, high blood pressure. How can we provide good nutrition and a good meal experience for them also? And then educate them. It's one thing to have people provided for you, but having someone teach you why it's important, that's much more powerful. That's gonna carry a lot more weight. Technology, when you come into Treeo, the very only person who do is give you an iPad. So whether you're 99 or 59, whether you're into technology or not, you get an iPad, and we give technology classes every week to our residents. This helps them stay connected not only with family through Facebook and Instagram, but they teach you how to take videos, how to take pictures, send them to their families, use the internet. Things that a lot of us take for granted. Not everybody's able to do this. It's a great way to keep people connected. That's not my nature now. So people from the iPad that we provide them, they can go ahead and order any payments they need done on their phone. They can check their calendar. They can communicate with myself on the front desk. They can schedule transportation services all through their iPad. And it was interesting when we rolled the program out. Nancy said, "You're just trying to make it so we don't talk to each other." Well, no, Nancy, that's not what we're doing. We're actually trying to keep it so everyone can communicate more. And 6 months later, she stands up at our meetings and says, you were right, I am more connected to my family and my friends and my residents than I ever have been through this technology. So that was a nice thing for us. We also have, we're gonna keep experiencing these lives. So we figure out how about leisure care, where residents can actually book vacations and tours and cruises and go on these cruises with friends and family and other residents while they have leisure care. So it enables them to do things that maybe we wouldn't really do on our own, or would just be too fearful to do. And then we also partnership with other companies for in-home health care, medical, psychological care, after apartment and physical occupational therapy. So it's all about trying to design a situation where people can enjoy the things they love longer. And that's what a lot of these companies do. And that's really what we're all kind of looking for. You know, having a good quality of life. I would say, I hope we can suck in another fact, but we enjoy that. And I think that's really what we're striving to do. And the industry's come a long way, and there's a long way to go. I think it's a pretty neat road that we travel. So I'm going to put it and open it now to any questions you might have. Yes. Oh, you're very much. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So the question was, what happens when the money runs out? Right? I mean, that's a fear that we all have. Are there institutions or are there programs available to help seniors out in that scenario? Well, we are a private pay institution, as most of them are. But what we do is we help families and help our residents find a solution for them. So there are actually communities throughout the country that are based on income, sort of income based. And so once that situation happens, we're going to work with the families and help them find a solution. And
there fewer and fewer persons?
Why are there fewer? Well, I'm not really sure on the numbers of that. I would like to think that there are other solutions available. Maybe that's what's happening. And I'm not really have an answer to why, what that is. You know, I think the industry's changed as far as like independent living, assisted living. We're actually able to take care of people that we probably weren't able to take care of maybe 10, 20 years ago. So now in independent living, just because somebody has some cognitive impairment or some physical impairment, with some of the resources that I spoke to, we're actually allowed them to age in place longer. So that might be part of, and maybe people are taking care of themselves better. Yes.
Thank you so much for your service and also for your presentation to us. I want to talk a bit about having read and build this community of individuals. Grief and loss of members of that community have to be a unique challenge when you're building a older community. What are the services that we provide?
So the question was, how do we help people deal with grief when they lose a friend or a family member? And it's going to be different for every individual. It's going to vary depending on what the family wants. Do they have family? Do they have support? And what does the community want? Do we have grief counselors and such come in? We absolutely have it available. We utilize community churches for that. But the way I look at it, this isn't my community. So I don't dictate how we're going to deal with death. I don't dictate how we're going to deal with crisis. I encourage the residents to let me know what they want, and then we help facilitate it. I mean, and it can vary from everything from A family is very private and simply want to move the things out and be left alone to having celebrations of life. And create a situation where people get to acknowledge, this grief and this loss and celebrate the person's life. Independent living, it is independent living. I am simply there to provide services. So it's going to vary. Anything else?
Eric, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a shortage in, assisted livings in North Carolina?
Is there a shortage of assisted living, and you mean specifically assisted living?
No, not specifically.
Just senior living, just senior living. Is there a shortage? Well, I would have to say yes, because they are continually building more and more. It kind of speaks to what I was saying in my presentation. We have a baby boomers coming of age. I'm Gen X, I'm 55 at this point. So I'm, they're also, so the need is absolutely growing. I wouldn't say we have truly a shortage. What I think we have is a shortage of truly affordable housing for seniors. The people in this area, my community, and Treeo was not in the realm of senior living, not in kind of big market. However, the starting is $20. That's not nothing, when you make a living on Social Security. So I don't think when it comes to places like Treeo, Harvey, Adria, things like that, I don't think we really have a shortage when it comes to affordable housing. I think there's a shortage for that. Anything else? Okay, well, thank you very much again.
Eric, thank you so much for, speaking to us and, as Raleigh Rotarian. Thank you for coming up and doing that as well. Before you leave, I have a question about your crazy endurance challenges that you give yourself. So when are you gonna swim the entire Intercoastal Waterway? Okay, no, new challenge. So, as a thank you for upcoming, there's a Rotary Moments coming back that you know well. So thank you again. All right, that was a great meeting. Lots of items that we got through, lots of exciting things coming up in September. Again, I'm going to plug Bluegrass. If you were interested in helping out with logistics, you really need somebody to help with that. So talk to me, Frank, Linda, anybody that comes up here, we'll loop you in. So with that, all Rotarians, can you stand and say the four-way test with me? In the things we think, say, and do, is this the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it benefit them and other friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? We begin the journey. Last week